Prevention and treatment of COVID-19 and variants may one day be a few spritzes of a nasal spray. Philip Kim, a professor at the Donnelly Center at the University of Toronto, has come up with a way to neutralize COVID-19 and potentially other diseases. He is joining us this morning. Very exciting news. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to hear more about your research. And on the most basic of levels, you are using a special compound. These are called D-Peptides. What are they, and how could they protect us from COVID?
Okay, so all our body is made out of amino acids, and so in nature all amino acids are also called left-handed. They're L amino acids, and we have a whole neuro-universe of amino acids, and they're called D amino acids. So they're exactly like the natural ones, the L amino acids, but they kind of look like the other hand, right? Mm-hmm. And we can make use of this property to make therapeutics that have good properties in terms of half-life, in terms of toxicity, and all these sort of things.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, they almost act like a blocker.
Yes. So our D-peptides act similar to antibodies, like blockers of the virus to enter the cells. But they have certain advantages in the sense that they're going to be much cheaper to make. They have long half-lives, so that makes them applicable as prophylactics or as therapeutics you can take very early on.
This is very exciting to be looking down the road and seeing options as we continue to fight this. Could they be used to fight the most recent variant, the Omicron variant?
So the compound that we have tested, so we believe after a bit of analysis the last week or two, is that our compound would have activity against Omicron, but it would be reduced, much like the antibody drugs have reduced activity. But updating our compound to do Omicron, to fight Omicron wouldn't be very difficult. It would be straightforward. Let's put it that way.
How can these D-peptides be used to fight other diseases?
So our D-Pep technology is we're disease agnostic, right? So in the business people say it's about target engagement, right? And so the technology can then be used to fight different targets, and with that you could do other diseases like cancer or Alzheimer or other infectious diseases. So one thing we're actually very excited about now is we're trying to make peptides that would work against all coronaviruses, so potentially shielding us for the next pandemic when SARS-CoV-3 or SARS-CoV-4 would come out.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Do you have a timeline as to when this nasal spray could be available for people to use?
So drug development takes a long time, but in the COVID world, it was very exciting that many development timelines got shortened rapidly. Mm-hmm. So I would say, for a pan-coronavirus nasal spray, we'll be looking at least several years, at least 2 years, I would say, until it would be anywhere close to use.
Well, the research was developed here. Would we be able to produce it here?
So there's no reason not to. So Canada traditionally has a strong biotech industry, and so we're now so there's a lot of excitement about the new methodologies, and we're hoping to bring a lot of that back to Canada. So there isn't any conceptual reason why it couldn't be produced in Canada.
We celebrated science a lot this year, and we're continuing to do so, and so excited about your research. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.